everyone, welcome back to Creatively Crafted Life. This is Melanie and I am bringing you day 3 in my December daily, and it's all about the tree. So I have a photo here of my tree all done up at night, and then I have 3 photos of ornaments. This one is just of me hanging, nothing special. This one here is one of the new ornaments I created this year. I like to usually create a couple every year to add to my collection. And this one here is another one that I created this year. You can see that. And then this here is from a package I received from my nephews and nieces. One of the ornaments that they gave me were these little snow globes. So I wanted to include that to remember that as well. So I think there's a few things that are going on here. I don't have a clear plan yet. I'm thinking I want to use this 6x8 piece in some capacity. I also want to use this, this is from Stampin' Up. It says, oh, Christmas tree on it. So I think between those two, I would like to use that. I pulled some stamps. This one says Bring on the Twinkle. I think maybe will work. There's a tree here. There's Twinkle, another tree. There's a little tree in case I want to do some stamping. So I have those are kind of in my radar. As far as embellishments go, I have no idea what number I want to use, but I pulled 3 different kinds. So I've got this gold circle. This was from a Heidi Swap Project Life collection. A wood veneer and a white chipboard. We'll see what looks good. Not sure if I can use this wreath sticker, so I pulled that out. I also have Time to Trim the Tree. I don't know if I'm going to do much. Well, I guess I should do some journaling because I want to talk about these ornaments. I might end up doing some hidden journaling again. So. And if I need one, this one with the sparkle on it. So anyways, that's that. There's some rubber trees in here. I've got a flare. I've got some of these pine boughs. So I don't know. Those are just things that are kind of more tree specific. Plus I have all my normal stuff. So that is the plan. We'll see where I end up. So I had this idea that this would be the perfect opportunity to use this wood veneer ornament that I had in my stash. I picked this up last year from Hobby Lobby, and I didn't manage to get it into my December day last year. So what I'm doing here is I'm taking some Maya Gold metallic paint. It's gold, and I'm just applying that. And I actually took 2 coats to get that done, but I spared you all the details there. Once it was dry, I pulled this paper from Echo Park and I just outlined the ornament so that I could trim that out and back it. At this point, I have no idea how I'm going to put this in the album. I thought maybe I could somehow create some sort of loops that would run through the binder rings, but I really have no idea. So I'm just going with it, and we're going to see where we end up. So I'm using some Tombow Mono. I applied a lot of glue to the back, and I'm just affixing the paper accordingly. Now on the back side, I didn't cut the paper to include the loop, and so I thought I would use this wood veneer tape that I used earlier in the album just to cover that up. And what you see me doing here is just drawing the outline of it so that I have a guideline to trim this out. It's really easy to cut. It's super thin, so that's not a problem. And then for the centerpiece, I'm just using my craft knife to trim that out. And there you go. You see me affixing it. And then I did have to use like a file to get it nice and smooth. At this point, I was thinking maybe I could attach it to a piece of the acetate that I have in here. And there's this one acetate sheet from Ali Edwards that has the tree on it. And seeing as this is all about the tree and ornaments, it all connects and goes together. And I'm just making sure that it's going to fit, which it looks like it does. So it's just a matter of figuring out how to attach it to the acetate. So the first thing I have to do is peel off the protective film, which you see me doing here. And then I was thinking maybe I could tie it like an ornament. So I'm going to punch a hole through the acetate here. I'm just marking it with a Sharpie pin so I have placement. And of course with acetate it's tricky, right? Because you're going to see any adhesive you apply. And I wasn't sure what I was going to do on the back side. So if I leave it so that I can see the full ornament on the back side, then I've got to be very careful with what kind of adhesive. So this actually worked pretty good, but it does flop a little bit back and forth. See exactly what I'm talking about right there. So then I thought, well, maybe I can add a little bit of glue along the printed tree. So that's what I'm going to do next. And I think just that having that little bit of glue there will stabilize the ornament so it doesn't swing when you flip the page. And I'm just following the branches of the tree so that you really won't see it on the other side. So here's the piece that I just showed you how I put together. I really like how this turned out. I think I'm going to add that to the album kind of as the conclusion of day 3. So we're just going to put that in the album right there for now. I'm going to now trim out this piece here, this piece, because I'm pretty sure I want to use that. It's such a pretty piece of paper. I hate to cover it up, but I think this is what we're gonna do. Okay, and then let's see if we put number 3. I think that's the winner. Let's put those away. And maybe a stamp. Okay, I like that. So should I mat these? Do I like it with a bit of a border? You know what? I'm going to trim these down so that they'll have a bit of a mat. So I'm going to apply a little bit of stamping to this number card or the quarter of the page where the number is. And at first I was just going to use a regular block, and then I thought, don't be silly, use the Misty. That's the whole point of this. So I'm using some cherry cobbler from Stampin' Up, and it didn't stamp perfect, but it wasn't too bad. I decided to add some real red on top to see if I could get it to brighten. And that is where I think I went wrong. Oh, it wasn't dry. That's when panic sets in. Maybe a sound eraser will fix the issue. I just made it even worse. Back to that afterwards. Ah, frustrating. So I find it best when things like this happen or things aren't going right just to move on to something else, leave it alone, come back, and maybe a solution will come back to me. We'll see how I address this here shortly. This sucks. So now it's just a matter of trying to find things that I can layer over top of the mess and mask it. So here's my attempt. These are really old. These are like from 2009. So I guess it's good that I'm breaking into them, right? Well, that is going to wrap up day 3. I did manage to salvage it. It's not exactly what I had hoped for, but you know, sometimes you just have to roll with it. So I'm going to leave you with some close-ups of the pages that I did today. And until next time, happy crafting.